This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Few places are as endearing and alluring to a traveler as the city of Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. Prague boasts over 10 centuries of history filled to the brim with events and personalities. The city managed to survive the Second World War almost untouched and carried over its medieval charm, beauty, and traditions into modern times without sacrificing any of the modern energy and vibrancy. Prague is the ideal two-week destination for me. The city offers plenty to see, from its bridges, fairy tale-like towers, and cathedrals, cobbled streets, to its exceptional culture, art, music, cuisine, and various events. Preparation for the trip. Since the Czech Republic is a member of the European Union and the Schengen Zone, American tourists can stay in Prague for up to 90 days without requiring a visa. The passport would be the principal travel document and needs to be valid for at least 6 months after the trip is arranged. The local currency is the Czech koruna, and cash provisions need to be made in advance. A debit or a credit card would also prove useful. It is also advisable to have one's private healthcare details and travel insurance. All of the accommodation needs to be prearranged, as this information might need to be provided. During my stay in Prague, I would require a power adapter and a power transformer to use and charge my devices. Finally, before the flight, it would be a good idea to locate my country's embassy in case I need to find it, as well as look up what objects are forbidden in the airports and on planes. Hand luggage and bags must be weighed to avoid problems with customs. Arriving in Prague. Since finances would not be a concern, there is an incentive to purchase flight tickets in first class. The Lufthansa has a history of impeccable service and is a solid airline choice. The flight needs to be booked ahead of time to avoid problems with overbooked flights. Also, it's important to arrive in the airport early and to confirm the departure gate ahead of time. The first-class flight to Prague, as well as the return flight, lasts 8 to 12 hours with a stop in Munich and range in price from $8,000 to $10,000 total. This means being prepared for quite a long time spent in one seat. After landing in the Václav Havel Airport, Prague, we would need to catch a taxi to the city center, which is half an hour away. While there are a lot of luxurious hotels in and around the city center, I would prefer to stay at Boat Hotel, or Botel, as they are commonly called. Since a lot of them are well placed, they offer gorgeous views of the city and are often walking distance away from interesting historical monuments. It is worth mentioning that pickpockets are as prevalent in Prague as in any other tourist city, so it is important to be vigilant. Enjoying Prague. While tram and metro services in Prague have fair prices and high-quality service, the city's cobbled streets are known for being perfect walking locations and a great chance to see the city and take pictures. Alternatively, it is a good idea to go on a bike tour, like the Prague by e-bike sightseeing tours, or rent a bike to traverse the city. The first week would be dedicated to covering as many sites as possible. As part of a walking tour, it would be interesting to visit the Old Town, New Town, Lesser Town, and József. Old Town is the historical center of Prague, with such architectural marvels as the astronomical clock. József is the location of the Jewish ghetto, with numerous synagogues drawing the tourist's eye. New Town and Lesser Town were built around the Old Town and along the Vltava River and also offer beautiful streets and medieval churches. There are also numerous museums that might be of interest, such as the Czech National Gallery and the Czech National Museum. Buying a tourist card is a must to avoid worrying about the fees. I would finish the week by visiting the Vyšehrad Castle and the Prague Castles, the latter being in the Guinness World Record for being the biggest of the ancient castles. In the second week, I would dedicate the activities available to tourists. Mountains to the north are perfect for skiing and could provide several exciting days. After that, There are a lot of real-life games in the city, such as escape room challenges, where the players need to find a way out of the room in an hour by searching it for keys and clues and solving puzzles. Cryptex, Puzzle Room Prague, and Breakout Prague are the most acclaimed escape challenges. Each May is marked by the Prague Spring Festival, which is the most famous festival of classical music in the country. Cafes and restaurants are ubiquitous in the city center. There are also expensive places like Café Imperial or the Alcron restaurant that provide some of the best Czech meals in Prague. Return. I would spend the last day preparing for the return journey, packing bags, and making an itinerary of items that might be of interest to the customs office. All the same, issues that were considered on the flight to Prague need to be considered on the return flight. Again, I would secure a taxi to get to the airport about 2 hours in advance. After that, the return ticket is already paid for, and it would be time for the trip back. If you want to find more works like this essay on Prague, Itinerary for the Trip of a Lifetime, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.